activity which goes with footing? That if I have to do footing, what are the other activities that I have to do? Yes, marking is done. Marking is done. Okay, bar bending and all we can do, but before that, what I have to do? What is the first step? Yes, line out. Next, after line out, excavation. Gautam is right. Okay, after excavation, okay, bed. Bed is basically means CC bed. It is called as PCC bed, plain cement concrete bed. There is no reinforcement in that. Next, what we'll be doing is excavation. We will be doing PCC bed. Then your, as usual, footing jali will be placed. As we had seen in our first session, footing jali will be placed. Footing will be poured. So when I come to excavation, it is nothing but simple LBH. Number is 1. 1.5 by 1.2 is my plan dimension. 1.5 by 1.2. And height from the ground level is given as 1.5 meter. So 1.5 meter from existing ground level. So quantity of excavation is 2.7 m cube. Is it clear, guys? Okay. Next comes PCC bed. PCC bed we will be discussing. Next comes footing concrete. So PCC bed requirement for manufacturing of 1 m cube of PCC bed concrete. PCC concrete. PCC, the total volume of dry ingredients. By dry ingredients, I mean when I have not mixed water. Correct? Without mixing water, I need to take around 1.52 m cube. Correct? Without mixing water, dry volume I have to take around 1.5 m cube, which will lead me to 1 m cube of finished concrete. So usually this bed concrete is in the range of M5 to M10. Usually nobody goes to M10. It is usually M5 or M7.5. So the proportion of M7.5 is 1:4:8. So as you can see here, instead of taking 1 m cube, we have to take 1.52 because my dry ingredient volume is 1.52. So as you can see here, cement requirement 1.52 into 1 because my cement ratio is 1 divided by 1 plus 4 plus 8. It comes around 0.115 m cube, and for this I have to multiply density of the cement. Please note density of cement is 1440 kg per m cube, and I'll be getting the total kg of cement that is required for making this PCC, which comes around 165 kg. Dividing it by 50 kg gives me around 3.3 bags. Clear, guys? In the same way, usually nowadays black sand is used. Black sand, I don't know how many of you have seen. If possible, I'll try to get you a photo next time. So black sand is used, and it is cheaper, much cheaper than white sand. So we prefer to have black sand. It mixes well for like 40 mm aggregate. So 1.52 into ratio of sand is 4 divided by 1 plus 4 plus 8. It gives around 0.47 m cube. Then next comes 40 mm aggregate. Next comes 40 mm aggregate. Why I have written specifically 40 mm aggregate is for bed 40 mm aggregate is used. Correct? It is not 20 mm. 20 mm is used for our normal M20 mix of concrete. Footing concrete is poured using 20 mm aggregate, whereas for bed concrete 40 mm aggregate is used. That is why I have specifically written 40 mm aggregate. 40 mm aggregate is slightly in larger in size when compared to 20 mm as the name suggests. So ratio is 8 times 1.52 into 8 divided by 1 plus 4 plus 8 is equal to 0.94 m cube. So this is for 1 m cube. All this calculation is valid for 1 m cube. So let us go to our requirement. My PCC quantity is L into B into H dash. L into B into H dash. Sorry. So let us see what is this H dash is. As you can see here, my PCC bed thickness is given as 6 inches. Correct? My plan area is 1.5 into 1.2 and my PCC thickness is 6 inches. So quantity of my PCC is 1.5 into 1.2, which is my plan dimension, into 0.15, which is my 6 inch thickness. So 0.27 m cube is my total quantity of PCC. So cement, how much I need for 1 m cube is 3.3. Whereas for 0.27 I'll require 0.89 bags, which is 1 bag. Sand I'll be requiring 0.127 m cube. Aggregate I'll be requiring 0.253 m cube. Is it clear, guys? So can you calculate PCC? Is it clear? Okay. Can you calculate quantity of PCC required for a footing size of 2 meter by 2.5 meter with a bed thickness of, let us say, 5 inch. Footing size I am repeating, 2 meter by 2.5 meter and bed thickness 5 inch. I want everybody to reply. Please calculate. Yes, guys, please reply. What is the cement quantity and sand aggregate quantity required? Yes, guys, please reply with the quantities. Yes, guys, please reply with the quantities. Yes, only 4 or 5 people are active. I don't know what about others. Yes, Aishwarya, Ajay, Aman, Bhim Rao, Darshan, Girish, Gautam, Karthik, Mahesh, Mallikarjun, Mubin, Taj, Nishka, Pallavi, Pooja, Raghavendra, Ravi, Ravi Kumar, Shreya, Sumant, Suttej. Yes, everybody has to reply. Vijay, everybody has to reply. It is a simple calculation. Yes, please write units. Okay. Next, we'll move on to footing concrete. Yes, 2 bags is right. 2 bags 0.29 m cube, 0.59 m cube is right. I hope all of you understood. It is clear. We'll move on to next one, M20 concrete. Please note that below M20 you are not allowed to place in reinforced concrete. Footing is a reinforced concrete element, structural element. You are not allowed to put concrete below M20. So what do you mean by M20? 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 Yes, Bhimrao is saying grade of cement. Palvi is saying grade of concrete. Yes, Gautam is right, but his unit is wrong. Yes, Ravi Mallipatti is right actually. 28 days strength is 20 Newton per mm square. Correct? It is not, please don't mistake me if I take anybody's name. You are also learning, I am also learning, I am just correcting you. It is not grade of cement. Grade of cement is different, grade of concrete is different. Grade of cement is OPC 33 grade, 43 grade, 53 grade. That is grade of cement. When I come to concrete, it is usually in the range of M5, M10, M7.5, M20, 30, 40. When I say M, it is mix. M stands for mix. And when I say 20, when I say M20, at 28 days, the compressive strength of the concrete cube is 20 Newton per mm square. I hope it is clear to all of you. Please don't get confused between cement and concrete. Cement is different, concrete is different. Concrete is a mixture, cement is a individual material. So I hope it is clear. Then, so continuing with this, for M20, your cement requirement is around 320 kg and sand requirement is 794 kg. Aggregate 1138 kg and 176 liters. Please note, I have not calculated my M20 concrete like this. Correct? I have not calculated my M20 with the ratio because it gives me slightly uneconomical values. If I go with this, I will be getting around 300 or sorry 400 kg of cement, which is not required. Correct? Around 400 kg for M20 because I have done mixed concrete, mixed design. So 320 kg is sufficient for M20 grade. All those ratios what we see, 1:3:6, 1:2:4, they all represent in terms of OPC cement. They were all designed for OPC cement, which was 33 grade. But nowadays we are using slightly better grades, 43 and 53. So we can always have lesser quantity of cement. And no matter what, these ratios are just indication. You have to always go for mixed design before confirming any values. So as per my knowledge, and most probably you will see on the anywhere in the mixed designs also, 320 kg is enough for M20, sand 794. These are not in any particular ratios. These are as per the mixed design. So it will not be as per 1:1.5:3 and all. So these are different. Aggregate 1138 kg. So for 50 for one bag 50 kg, so 6.4 bags for 1 m cube. So sand, how much m cube? This is in terms of kg. 794 kg is required. To convert that to volume of m cube, I am dividing it by 1600 kg per m cube. This is density of sand. Please note 1600 kg per m cube is density of sand. To convert this to m cube, from kg to m cube. In the same way, aggregate 1138 kg is required. I am dividing it by density of aggregate, which is around 1800 kg per m cube, which gives me 0.60 m cube. Please see that the 1600 and 1800 are just a range. Again, depending on the sand and depending on the aggregate, these values change. For example, Dharwad, we have separate aggregate, Dharwad aggregate. The density is very low, whereas the same in Belgaum aggregates you might have seen are dark in color, whereas Dharwad aggregate is white in color, slightly white, whitish in color, whereas actually the best quality of aggregate that we get in North Karnataka is from Belgaum crushing. Okay, Belgaum crushers produce best of the aggregates. So it is basically the chemical composition of the rock there. So these values again you have to check density. It varies from sample to sample. These are just an indicative how to get those values. Correct? And water we require is 176 liters. Yes, Beam Rao is asking, is the strength same for M sand and C sand? We don't use C sand, man. C sand is too fine to use for concrete, and the salt content is very high in C sand, which leads to rusting of reinforcement. We don't use C sand. We use river sand, which is also called as natural sand. Only please note, river sand and M sand are used, and in both the cases the results may vary. It may increase also, it may decrease also, depending on the quality of M sand. If M sand is good quality, it may lead to higher strength than river sand also. And if river sand is having any soil content, again it can decrease the strength also. It all depends from sample to sample. We cannot say anything generalized. Correct? I hope it is clear. Next, footing we will estimate. Okay, by mistake I have done it for 1.5 by 1. So this is 1.5 by 1.2. So tell me what is the value? Footing concrete value you have to tell me. So I hope this comes around 0.68. Yes, is it clear, guys? We are calculating footing concrete. For 1 m cube, we have seen this much of quantities are required. So we'll see for this. Yes, how much will you get? Is it okay? So to convert this to CFT, as I have written here, just to make you understand, you have to multiply with 35.28. So this is the quantity that is required for your one footing of size 1.5 by 1.2 having a thickness of 0.38. So where it was given, here it is. In your example definition, it is here 1.5 by 1.2 is your size of the footing, and you have been told that footing size or thickness is 0.38. I hope it is clear, guys. Calculation, we have calculated PCC footing, PCC bed quantities, we have calculated footing concrete quantity. So what is left now? What else we need to estimate in footing? What else we need to, yes, steel we need to estimate, correct. Before that, what we'll do is, I'll just show you an example of these mixes. These are our quantities of different grades of mixes: M10, M20, M25, M30, 35, 40, 45. These are the cement quantities that are required: 20 mm aggregate quantity, 12 mm aggregate quantity, river sand, water, and admixture quantity if you want to add. I'll be no need to note down, I'll be sharing with you. So M20, 320, since we are not using 12 mm quantity, you can add this aggregate, you can add these two. This will make your total aggregate value. This is your river sand value and this is your water value. Correct? These are just for references. If you are doing mixed design, you can start with these values. Again, depending on the grade, you can always increase or decrease. Correct? Yes. Next one, steel. Just read through this. No need to explain, it is self-explanatory. Please go through this. I'll be back in just a moment. I'll be back in just a moment. Yes guys, did you go through? This is simple. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, now I thought I should be able to explain you with the drawing more clearly, so I have drawn this. So let us take a footing of size 1.5 by 1. Okay, and this is my cross section along longer direction, and this is along shorter direction. Thickness is 0.38. So let us understand this section here. This is main reinforcement, and this is my normal reinforcement. Again, in this main reinforcement, top reinforcement, you can see the thickness you have to mention here. It is mentioned here. Now, can anybody just tell me why I have to bend this bar like this? Why I need to bend this bar? Why I can't just end it here itself? Why I need to extend this or bend this bar, something like this? What is the need of extending those bars, bent bars? Yes, guys. Gripping, I don't think so. Okay, I'll just explain. As you guys know, critical section is at an angle of 45 degrees from this line. Let me just draw this line. So critical section is at 45 degrees. This line is at a 45 degrees with respect to this line, and this we say is a critical zone, correct? Even though this may be a critical zone, there will be some pressure that will be induced because of compressive force. There will be some force that will be exerted on these areas. Are you guys getting? May not be in this area also, it may come here also, correct? Something like this. In layman's language, if I want to explain, compressive strength will be coming like this, and I will be having soil pressure from the bottom, correct? So there is some kind of stress that is developed in this zone which is looking to move outside, that is move to a free zone. So now we will have the stress moving in this direction and also in this direction, correct? So what will happen? So this, some force may not be this equal amount, some force will try to come here. As we know, concrete is weak in tension, correct? It will not hold. So we may see some cracks if we don't provide this reinforcement, correct? When these forces act, this reinforcement will hold the footing together. Is it clear, guys? I'll explain once again, please listen. Yeah, it may be negative bending moment also. So I'll explain once again, please listen. This red line denotes the actual area of pressure where the load transfer is taking place. Here the load transfer is taking place to the soil from this line till this line, correct? So even then there will be some part of the concrete which is in pressure, and due to this soil pressure there will be some pressure that is exerted on the sides, correct? So in this case, concrete being weak in tension, it will exert some pressure at the edges. If this reinforcement is not provided, there is chance of cracking in this direction due to tension, since concrete is weak in tension. So if I provide this reinforcement, if I provide this reinforcement will hold the concrete in this zone together, correct? And you can see, and you will be able to see this, the pressure which is there at red line will not be same here. As we move towards the top end of the footing edge, this pressure will reduce. Is it clear, guys? And in some places or in some structural drawings, you might have seen this is provided till the top also. This is provided till the top of the footing also. Apart from 50 mm distance or cover is left, it is provided till the top also. This you can use it in very large scale buildings, but in case of residential buildings, I feel 6 inch of providing this or bend up to 6 inches more than enough. Clear, guys, why we provide this? And in some cases it provides rotational and overturning moment friction, overturning resistance also. I hope this is clear. Yes, it is clear for everyone. Okay, next we'll go to calculation of number of bars. As you can see here, we have provided 50 mm cover at the bottom, 50 mm cover at the sides, and if you are extending this bar, you have to leave 50 mm cover at the top also, correct? And then in yes, box shape reinforcement, I don't think in normal residential buildings it will be provided. Only bottom reinforcement is enough. Only when negative reinforcement comes into picture. When I say negative, it comes only when it is eccentric. Let us say this column is coming somewhere at the edge here, correct? In that case, what will happen? The footing on this side will try to go or lift something like this due to cantilever effect. That is when your reinforcement will come at the top here, correct? Otherwise, there is no requirement. Without design, there is no need to provide any negative or top reinforcement. So here, only in large scale buildings it comes, not in residential cases. 1 or G+1, G+2, that is not required. Only if you go above G+4 or G+5, that comes into picture, and only if your footing is eccentric, not in other cases. So I was talking about this cover. This cover can range anywhere from 50 mm to 75 mm, and this you can see in SP34. The detailing part of a footing is shown in SP34. Each and every structural element detailing is given in that clearly. In many of my classes I have circulated hard copy also. Otherwise also you can see soft copy. In the SP34, footing reinforcement is shown clearly, how to provide footing reinforcement. Okay. So now let us come to this part. We are calculating how many bars I have to provide, correct? In those Excel sheets we are looking at how many bars I have to provide. So let us provide a bar. For example, I am giving it 0.15 distance, 0.15 meter distance, and I will be providing 50 mm cover on each side. So this is how my bar looks like, correct? So what about when I am saying 50 mm, I will be placing this bar at a distance of 50 mm. So correct, at a distance of 0.05 distance, that is 50 mm. So when I say center to center distance, I will be putting 0.15 and I will go on placing this. See, the important thing in this is, don't get confused. When I say along x direction, this is my along x direction, that is along this direction. This is my along x direction. Clear, guys? If you get this confused, then it is going to be a problem. This is along x direction, this is along y direction. So tell me how many bars will come along x direction, number of bars along x direction. How many number of bars will come along x direction? Yes guys, how many bars will come along x direction? Are you guys listening to me at least? 150, that is what I entered, 0.15. Spacing is 150 mm. Okay, so number of bars in x direction. So number of bars in x direction is decided by which length? It is the length of footing in y direction which decides the number of bars in x direction. Is it clear guys? So little bit of imagination you have to apply, that is why I was showing you the drawing. So these number of bars that I have to provide along x direction is decided by dimension in y direction. You are getting? Are you getting guys? My spacing is 150. Now I have drawn these bars at 150 mm spacing. But how many bars it is decided by? This dimension. Getting? If let us say this was 1.2, let us say I am moving this. Let us say I am moving this by 0.2. Okay. So my dimension would have been 1.2. Correct? I would have had one more bar on this side like this. Correct? The number of bars that are coming along x direction is dependent on dimension in y direction. Yes, everyone is replying. I want everybody's reply. This is important step that you need to understand. Number of bars along x direction is decided by dimension in y direction. Yes, 9.33 is equal to 10, we will decide that, but first you understand the logic. The number of bars that you need to provide in x direction, that is along x direction, is decided by dimension in y direction. Is it clear guys? So in the same way we will do on this side also. I will take an offset of 0.05. This is my first bar and I will go on offsetting at 0.15 meter. Correct? So how many bars I have got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bars I have got. Correct? So there is some space left. I will see that, I will adjust that, I have middled this. That is why I said you the spacing can be anywhere between 50 to 75. Is it clear guys? How I have drawn this? Anybody wants me to explain this again? I will explain again. This is important. So in the second case, that is deciding number of bars along y direction, while I was deciding number of bars along y direction, it is my dimension in x direction which decided. Clear? While deciding bars along y direction, that is perpendicular to y direction, it was my dimension in x direction which decided. Correct? So now we will go back to the presentation, we will understand better. Correct. So number of bars in x direction is equal to length of footing in y direction minus 50 spacing on both the sides, because we don't want to add that spacing side. So both the sides we are removing that 50 plus 1. The length of footing in y direction minus 50 spacing divided minus 50 spacing on both the sides. It is actually 50 cover. It is not spacing. It is 50 cover on both the sides divided by spacing will give me number of gaps actually. This equation without plus 1. Without plus 1 it will give me number of gaps. As you saw in the AutoCAD, the number of bars will be always plus 1. The number of gaps. So don't get confused, we'll come here. So number of bars along x direction. Number of bars along x direction is equal to dimension in y direction. Dimension in y direction was 1000 minus 2 times cover, that is on this side and that side, other side 50 divided by 150 spacing plus 1. Is it clear, guys? Please go through the calculation in number of bars along x direction. Please go through this calculation. Yes, is it clear, guys? Number of bars in x direction. Okay. Now, number of bars in y direction is equal to dimension in x direction. Dimension in x direction. So, parallel dimension to x direction is 1500 minus 2 times cover divided by 150 plus 1, which gives me 10.33. Which gives me 10.33, and since it is less than 0.5 I am adjusting it on as 10. Anything greater than 0.5 you can go to next number, which will again reduce the spacing. Since I am reducing the number of parts here, required was 10.33, I am reducing it to 10. The spacing may slightly increase, and that will adjust in terms of cover. Is it clear, guys? So now you have to calculate and tell me the number of bars. So your dimension in x, your dimension in x direction is 2.25. Your dimension in x direction is 2.25. Your dimension in y direction is 2 meter. Your dimension in y direction is 2 meter. And the spacing is 150 So tell me the number of bars. I hope you are getting. X direction 2.25 meter, y direction 2 meter. Spacing is 150 You need not know diameter, you just need to know spacing. So tell me the number of bars. See, there is a confusion among yourself only. One person is telling different, one person is telling different. Please check. Yes, Nishka, what about Y? Yes, Asha madam is saying 14 along X, 15 along Y. I think so, it is right. 14 along X, let us see. Okay, along X direction, let us, just change in this only. Along X direction, what I have to do? I have to take length of footing in Y direction, correct? I have to take length of footing in Y direction. What is my length of footing in Y direction? Yes guys, everybody has to reply. Then only you will understand. What is my length of footing in Y direction? It is 2 meters, or in terms of mm I will write 2000. So 2000 minus 100 is 1900. 1900 divided by 150 plus 1 gives me 13.66. Since it is greater than 0.5, I will write say 14. Is it clear? Since you have solved now, you will understand better now. That is why I wanted all of you to solve. Now, next, number of bars in Y direction. So, when I come to number of bars in Y direction, basic, you have to remember in your head that when I am coming to number of bars in some direction, I have to take the opposite direction of length. So, when I am saying direction, number of bars in Y direction, I have to take length in X direction, as it is mentioned, length of direction X. What is my X direction length? What is my X direction length? 2.25. I said, I think, yes, 2.25. So how much is my value here? Sorry, 15.33. Is it clear? Since it is less than 0.5, I have rounded it off to 15. Since it is greater than 0.5, I have rounded it off to 14. Again, as an engineer, it is left to you. Even if this, if you want, you can increase it to 16 also. But it is preferable that you reduce the amount of steel consumed and labor consumed and make it to 15. This 0.33 of adjustment, you have to do it in cover. Instead of providing 50, you can on the either side 25 mm you can increase, and that will give you a cushion of under 50 mm. Is it clear guys? Or you want one more example? I think all of you need one more example. Yes? We'll go for one more example. I want everybody to get right answer this time. Okay, no excuses. Let us take, please everybody carefully listen. X direction 1.75 meter, X direction 1.75 meter, Y direction 1.25 meter, Y direction 1.25 meter, and my spacing is 125 mm, and my spacing is 125 mm. I am repeating again, please listen. X direction 1.75, Y direction 1.25 footing size, and the spacing of bars is 125 mm. Yes, good, very fast. Yes, what about others? Please do it fast. Yes, I want answers in one line. Don't Vasant, one row also. X 10, Y 14. I hope all of you have understood. Still, some people have not replied. I don't know why. Now, the same problem what we'll do is, we'll change spacing on one side. Spacing on both the faces were 125 for you. Now what we'll do is, along x, along x, let us take spacing of 125 mm and same dimensions 1.25 by 1.75 putting. Only I am changing is spacing. Along y, let us take 175 mm spacing. Now calculate. I hope I am clear. Footing size is as it is 1.75 by 1.25. Spacing I am changing. Spacing along x it is 125 mm and along y it is 175 mm. Now tell me how many bars? Yes, Mubinta, spacing along y is 175. Yes, Sumant, good. Then Bharat, okay. Pallavi, okay. 10 bars in both x and y direction. Yes, I hope you guys are clear now how to calculate number of bars. Yes, any doubt in this? Anybody is having any doubt in this? Yes, 10 on both sides, which is right. Now let us go to the next one. We have calculated number of bars now. Now we need to calculate what is the length of that each bar. Correct? We have calculated number of bars. Now we need to calculate what is the length of that each bar. Now how to calculate length of each bar? Now along x direction, length of x direction minus 2 times cover, that is 50 mm, plus 2 times of bend length. As I told, this bend length can vary from person to person or designer to designer. In residential buildings, I think 150 mm of bend is enough on both the sides. So 150 mm I am taking here. So as we had discussed in our first problem, 1.5 is my dimension in the x direction, minus 2 times of 50 plus 2 times of 150. This is bend length. So this is my total length in x direction. That is, how many bars we had in x direction for this problem? First problem, we had 14 bars. We had 14 bars in x direction. So these 14 bars individually, these have to be cut at a length of 1.7 meters. Is it clear, guys? As an engineer, you have to tell the labor that you have to cut 14 bars of 1.7 meter length. You have to tell the labor, and after that you have to tell 15 bars you have to cut as per the length of 1.2 meter. Is it clear, guys? What is your role? As an engineer, you are supposed to do this. It is your responsibility. So now what we'll do is we'll quickly just go to Excel and see how to do this. Okay, this was our Excel sheet. What I have done is I have hit a add sheet button here. Bottom, you can see left side bottom, add sheet I have hit, and I have added a new sheet. That is my sheet 2. That is my sheet 2. So I have just done your sample calculations. What you are doing, I am checking in this sheet which I prepared now. So let us do this once again. Okay. So our first column was 1.5 meter by 1 meter. 1.5 was along. If you want, you can write in the bracket along. Okay. Along x direction it was 1.5 meter. Along y direction it is 1 meter. I want you guys to prepare a table like this. Do you want time? I'll wait if you want time. Yes, guys, shall I continue? Instead of doing so much calculation, you will just see how simple it is to do or calculate in terms of in Excel. I have not prepared this earlier. Means I have not anything prepared for this. I am just doing right in front of you, just to make you understand how actually you can do it from scratch. Yes, guys, shall I continue? Okay. So number of bars, how we are going to calculate? So for x direction is equal to, as we saw, is equal to, for x direction I have to take y direction length, correct, divided by my x direction spacing, correct, plus 1. Yes, guys. What I will do is, instead of manually entering, I will give the option here to enter the cover. You can change the cover if you want. So x direction and y direction, if you want, you can change the cover. So in this, what we'll do is D3. Since D3 is in meter, I have to convert this cover in terms of meter, or else we'll just enter in meter itself. Okay, number of bar 7 is equal to, when I come to y, is equal to, for y I need to take x dimensions, bracket open, x dimension minus 2 times of cover divided by its spacing plus 1. So as we had got, we are getting 10.33. So to make it 10, I will just write an function round down. The equation remains as it is, comma 0. It is rounded off to 0. So as you can see, it is 10. I will decrease the decimal places. Is it clear, guys? Yes, everybody. Now write the equation on your own for the second one. Let us see. Write the equation in Excel on your own for the second one. That is second footing. Footing number 2. Yes, guys, getting the second one? Do you want me to write the formula again here? Anybody? Do you want me to write the formula again here? For the second one, can I just copy paste, or you want me to write the formula again? Yes, should I write the formula again? I don't know if you guys are active, but I'll just write the formula again for you guys. Since I'm doing in x direction, E is equal to, bracket open, x direction. So I'll take y direction, y dimension minus 2 times of my cover, which I need to mention here, divided by my spacing in x direction plus 1. Correct? In a similar way, when I come to y, bracket open, x direction divided by minus 2 times of cover divided by spacing plus 1. Around, bracket open, comma 0, bracket close. So 14 and 15. So this is what we had got in manual calculation. I hope so. You can reduce this spacing. No need to use round down. I think by mistake I used round down somewhere. I think. Sorry, I used round down. Don't need to use round down. Use round only. as I used here, you can use only round. It will be greater than 0.5 and less than 0.5. Sorry, round down will reduce it. So you can just write down. Sorry, you can avoid a down and you can just write down a round. So you can just write round equation comma 0, 14 and 15. Shall we move on, guys? Yes, shall we move on? Yes, how many of you totally understood? Just honestly you can tell me. No sir, we are not understanding whatever you are saying. You can tell me. If you want, I'll explain this again. Yeah, you can enter in any unit you want. You can write in feet, you can write in inches, you can write in mm or meter. Only thing is you have to modify those equations, whatever you are writing, according to the units that you are entering. You can make your Excel sheet in any dimension you want. Actually, my own dimension sheet is in feet because I usually enter in terms of feet. So I have made my sheet in terms of feet. For just you to understand, it is just in sample. You can make it in any unit you want. Yes, guys. What about others? Many people are not replying. Junaid, Shreya, Sumant. Yes, many people are not replying. I just want to understand you are understood or not. So coming to next part, cutting length. So we have all understood what is our cutting length. Please see that you might be feeling many values have come up. These values are not required actually. Required in the sense not that important. You can always assume. So what we will do is I will hide these values. Again, bend length, as I told you, 0.15 on each side. This is not actually so much required. So you can always go on hiding things. Now what we'll do is we'll find out this cutting length. So cutting length is equal to along x direction, it is along x direction dimension minus 2 times of cover, sorry, is equal to 1.5 minus 2 times of cover in x direction plus 2 times of bend length 1.7. So I hope this is the value we had got in Excel sheet also. In the similar way, y direction is equal to y minus 2 times of cover plus 2 times of bend length. I will do the same copy paste here. Clear, guys? Yes, any doubt in this? Simple bar length I have calculated, cutting length. Correct? So now what we'll do is we'll just hide all this to avoid confusion. Hide columns. So now it is comparatively less. Next, total length of bar required in x direction is equal to, we have cutting length of 1.7 meter and I want 7 pieces. Is it clear, guys, how I am calculating total length of bar required? My cutting length is 1.7 meter and I require 7 bars of it. So my total length of bar required is 1.7 into 7. Correct? So 12.46, I'll just reduce it to 1. So I'll just copy paste the same to the others also. Yes, guys, is it clear? These are all the total length of the bar required in meters. in meters. Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Okay, so now tell me, what is the length of one bar that you order? What is the length of one bar that you order? What is length of one bar that you order? What is the standard length of one bar? In terms of meter, it will be better, since we are doing in terms of meter. It is better if you tell me in terms of meter. I don't know, man, which brand of bar you use, Bharat and Nishka. The standard length is actually 12 meters. The standard length is 12 meters. So what I'll do here is I'll write the function RUNDP round up, comma 0 bracket close, and write round up, so that we will not be able to get half of the bars or any proportion we want. We have to order a full bar required. Clear, guys? Okay. Now let us calculate what is this weight. What is the weight in both x and y direction? Why I am calculating everything individually is the diameter in x and y direction can be different. Correct? The diameter can be different in both x and y direction. Let us say we introduce diameter here. Diameter of bar. Same x and y direction. Let us say in x direction I am having 12 diameter bar, and in y direction I am having 10. Here let us say 12, 10 and 12. Are you guys understanding what I am trying to do here? I am providing for this footing number 1, in x direction I am providing 12 mm die bar. In y direction I am providing 10 mm die bar at a spacing of 150. Is it clear? This is the reason why I am doing separately here. So to calculate weight in x and y direction, I think most of you are not understanding it. Yes, guys, not understanding it. Why we need to calculate weight? Because sometimes your client will ask weight. Correct? Yeah, for footing, no matter for whatever structural element it is, you have to calculate weight of steel, because brands like Kamadhenu and all, some brands, they give in terms of what you say kg only. So your client is going to ask what is the amount of kg that he has to order. So you need to know both in terms of number of 12-meter bars also and as well as in kg also. Yes, many of you are, I think, sleeping. Yes, whatever we have done till now in Excel, is it clear? Number of bars. See, if you take this trouble of creating this Excel sheet once, see free of this calculation for your life. If you have this calculation done once, you will be free of this calculation part for your life. Yes, shall we go to weight? Yes guys, all of this is clear for you. Dimension, spacing, number of bars, cutting length, total length of bars, then number of bars to order. Is it clear? So now tell me how to calculate weight. What is the equation you use or you learned for calculating kg per meter? Yeah, what is that weight per meter length? Yes guys, I hope you have learned. Yes, I think it is right. D square by, I don't think it is 164. Yes guys, what is it, D square by? D square by 162.2. Any other answers? Yes, what about others? What is that equation that I have to use for calculating kg per meter of any given bar? Yes, can anybody just tell me why is that d square by 162? How does that d square by 162 come into picture? Or how that equation has arrived? I hope you can see a photograph. So it is just to explain you how this d square by 162 comes. D is the diameter of bar. Density of steel is 7,850 kg per meter cube. Weight in terms of kg per meter is area into density. As we know, weight in terms of kg per meter is area into density. Area is in meter square, density in kg per m cube. So basically area of one bar is pi by 4 into d square. Since the diameter that we substitute is in terms of mm, that is why I am dividing it by 1000 to convert the dia from mm to meter. Density is in kg per m cube. So pi by 4 into d square. D square will keep it as it is, and when we calculate all of this, we will be getting this factor. When it is done 1 by or this number is divided, you will be getting d square by 162. So the intention of showing this is you should be knowing how the d square by 162 has come. If anybody asks you how this d square by 162 has come, you should be in a position to explain. Is it clear guys? The photograph that is shown is clear. or if you have any doubt, you can ask it. These things are very important from your interview point of view. These things are usually asked. Yes, so d square by 162 is right as you said. So we'll go to d square. X direction d square is into d square by 162. Next, what I have to do? It is per meter, correct? So for 1 bar it is d square by 162 into 12. So this is the weight of 1 bar of 12 mm. And how many bars I need? In 2, I need 2 bars, correct? So the weight is 21.33. Is it clear, guys? I'll do for y also, please look out. E is equal to d square by 162. So along y, my d is here d3 d square by 162 into 12. I have to multiply so that I'll be getting a weight of 1 bar into 12 into the number of bars that I have to order. Just tell me here, what is the value here? What is the value that I have to enter here? These two values you have to tell me. Yes, along x it is 22.19. Okay, let us check. Yes, what about others? Okay, 22.19. Okay, next one along y. Okay, let us check. I'll just copy paste this. 22.2 and 32. Yes, Rachna is right. 22 and 32. This is the weight in terms of kg that you have to order. Clear, guys? Yes, guys, is it clear? Okay, it's almost 4:45, so your concentration level has also gone down, and people who have joined are also number has also reduced. We started with 30, and now presently we are with 17 people. I think if I again continue, it will reduce to 7. So we'll stop it here. So today we have again I have cleared your doubts regarding length of the brick wall, and then we started with footing. We have calculated PCC footing quantities. Then we came to footing actually. Then we have calculated the steel quantity. Then we have calculated concrete quantity also. I think it is clear for all of you. If you have any doubt, you can please message or mail me. I'll be clearing your doubts. Clear? Column will start tomorrow. Is it clear, guys? Column will start tomorrow. Steel, concrete, everything. Concrete will remain same as it is. What we have done for footing, since the grade is same, M20. Yeah, timing will remain same time. We'll start at 2 exactly tomorrow. We waited for long today. We'll be starting 2 p.m. exactly tomorrow. Yeah, link will be same. Please note everybody, link will be same.